Welcome to the biology class. In this video, under the topic animal tissues, we will learn about epithelial tissues. Multicellular organisms are made up of many cells. These cells cannot live independently. So, cells with similar functions group together. They work together and form tissues. Here there are nerve cells, they group together. The muscle cells group together. Bone cells group together and form tissues. The study of tissues is called as histology. Cells of animals differ in size, shape, and function. Based on the size, shape, and function, animal tissues are classified into four primary types. They are epithelial tissues, connective tissues, muscular tissues, and nervous tissues. Epithelial tissues form a covering layer. Connective tissues support. Muscular tissues provide movement of the body. Nervous tissues control various systems of our body. Epithelial tissues are made up of sheet of cells. This tissue covers the surfaces like a sheet. Epithelial tissue covers the body surface or lines the body cavity. This tissue forms a lining layer inside the mouth cavity, digestive system, etc. Epithelial tissue gives protection, absorption, filtration, excretion, secretion, sensory reception. In different places of the body, this tissue provides the following functions. Epithelial tissues are broadly classified into two major types. They are simple epithelium and compound epithelium or stratified epithelium. Now let us see the two main types of epithelial tissues. Simple epithelium and compound epithelium are the two major types of epithelial tissues. Simple epithelium is made up of single layer of cells. The cells are resting on a basement membrane. On a basement membrane, single layer of cells are arranged. This is simple epithelium. Compound epithelium is formed of several layers of cells. This diagram shows multi-layered tissue. This is compound epithelium. Simple epithelium is found in organs of absorption, organs of secretion, and organs of filtration. Kidneys are the organs of filtration. Secretion and absorption takes place in our digestive system. These areas have simple epithelium. Simple epithelium is classified into squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, ciliated epithelium, and pseudostratified epithelium. Let us see the squamous epithelium first. It is made up of thin layer of flattened cells. These cells are flattened and have a nucleus at the center. They have irregular outline. Squamous epithelium is made up of flattened cells which have irregular boundaries. They are arranged like tiles of the floor. So they are called as pavement epithelium. This epithelium is located In kidney glomeruli, air sacs of lungs, lining of heart. Air sacs of lungs are called as alveoli. Alveoli are made up of thin layer of squamous epithelium. Through the membrane, carbon dioxide and oxygen are diffused. Kidney glomerulus consists of minute blood capillaries. These blood capillaries are lined by squamous epithelium. This epithelium is also found in the blood vessels and lymphatic vessels. Epithelium in blood vessels is called as endothelium. The squamous epithelium performs the following functions. It acts as a diffusion boundary in the places where it is found. In kidney glomeruli, diffusion of substance takes place, filtration takes place. In the air sacs, diffusion of carbon dioxide and oxygen takes place through the squamous epithelium. In kidneys, the epithelial cells involve in filtration. Cuboidal epithelium. This epithelium is made up of single layer of cube-like cells. These cells have nucleus at the center. This epithelium is located in kidney tubules. Kidney tubules are nothing but the tubular part of nephron. Kidneys are made up of filtration units called as nephrons. Nephrons have tubular part that is lined by cuboidal epithelium. And it is also found in the duct and secretory portions of small glands, and also found on the surface of the ovary. The main function is secretion and absorption. Columnar epithelium is made up of pillar-like cells. It is composed of single layer of tall and pillar-like cells. They have round or oval nuclei. The nuclei are found at the base. This epithelium is located in digestive tract. It is not found on the entire digestive tract. It is found the areas of stomach to the rectum. Stomach, small intestine, large intestine and rectum are lined by columnar epithelium. You would have learned the functioning of digestive system in the 9th standard and 8th standard. Some of the areas of digestive system involve in secretion. Some areas involve in absorption of digested nutrients. So in the digestive tract, the columnar epithelial cells have two modifications: absorptive cells and secretory cells. In the absorptive cells, microvilli are found on the surface. Microvilli are finger-like projections. They involve in absorption of digested nutrients. The secretory cells are called as goblet cells. In digestive system, they secrete mucus. Mucus is a slimy substance. It protects the inner lining of the digestive system, and the goblet cells also secrete enzymes. This epithelium is found, the secretory cells are found in gallbladder and secretory ducts of glands. Ciliated epithelium is a kind of columnar epithelium. In ciliated epithelium, the columnar epithelial cells have cilia at their free end. These cilia function to wipe out the mucus. The cilia in the ciliated epithelial cells propel mucus by ciliary action. The cilia move just like the plants show wave-like movement in the paddy field. In the paddy field, the paddy plants show wave-like movement due to wind. These cilia also show such movements and propel mucus over the epithelium. When there is infection in the nasal cavity and respiratory tract, the ciliated epithelium propel the mucus out and the mucus comes out through the nose. The ciliated epithelium lines small branchioles. Branchioles are the branches of trachea. These cells are found in the fallopian tubes and uterus. Uterus is a place where child develops. The fallopian tubes transfer eggs from ovary to the uterus. The egg movement is due to the movement of cilia. In fallopian tubes, the ciliated epithelial cells propel the eggs so that the eggs reach the uterus. Pseudostratified epithelium is made up of single-layered cells, but it appears to be multi-layered. These cells are columnar but unequal in size. It appears to be multi-layered because the nuclei lie at different levels in different cells. It is very clearly seen in the diagram. In some cells, the nuclei are at the top, some other cells at the base. Because of the differences in the position of nuclei in different cells, it appears to be multi-layered. It has two forms, ciliated form and non-ciliated form. The pseudostratified epithelium gives protection. It involves in secretion and absorption. Ciliated forms line the trachea and the upper respiratory tract. Upper respiratory tract includes the nasal passage. Trachea is nothing but the windpipe. Non-ciliated forms line epididymis, the large ducts of glands, tracts of male urethra. Epididymis is a part of testis. Epididymis is a coiled tube found at the outer surface of testis where sperms are stored. In glandular epithelium, the cells get specialized for secretion. Cuboidal epithelial cells function as glandular epithelium, and also the columnar epithelial cells function as glandular epithelium. These cells get specialized for secretion. Example, goblet cells of the alimentary canal. In the alimentary canal, the goblet cells are scattered. Salivary glands are formed of glandular epithelium. We know the two types of glands. In the previous class, we had learned about the two types of glands. The two types of glands are classified based on the mode of pouring their secretions. In one group of glands, the secretions are carried by tube or duct. In another group of glands, there are no ducts. The secretions are poured into the blood. Let us see the two types: exocrine glands and endocrine glands. Exocrine glands have duct or tubes to carry their secretions. Example, digestive glands, liver, salivary glands. Endocrine glands do not have ducts. Their secretions are called as hormones. Hormones are carried by blood. Exocrine glands secrete mucus, saliva, earwax, oil. Oil glands are found in the skin, milk, digestive enzymes. These glands are of two types, unicellular glands and multicellular glands. In unicellular glands, the single cells involved in secretion. Example, goblet cells of the digestive tract. In multicellular glands, the gland is made up of many cells. Multicellular glands are classified based on their structure. Simple and compound glands. Multicellular glands are classified on the basis of their structure. They are simple and compound glands. Simple glands are tube-shaped glands. They have single duct through which the secretions are poured out. Compound glands are made up of many small units. Each unit leads to a duct, and all the ducts join together and form a common duct. Based on their secretory units, another classification of multicellular glands is there: tubular, alveolar, tubulo-alveolar. In tubular glands, the secretory units look like tube. In alveolar or acinous type of multicellular glands, the glands looks like a sac. In tubo-alveolar type of multicellular glands, branched tubes lead to sac-like structures. Again, another classification of multicellular glands on the basis of mode of secretion: holocrine, merocrine and apocrine. In holocrine glands, after the secretion, the cells disintegrate, the cells die, and the secretion includes the fragments of dead cells. In merocrine glands, least damage takes place. Apocrine glands, the damage is in between holocrine and merocrine glands. Compound epithelium is made up of many layers of cells. It is made up of more than one layer of cells. The main function of compound epithelium is secretion and absorption. Let us see the types of compound epithelium: stratified compound epithelium, transitional compound epithelium are the two major types of compound epithelium. The transitional compound epithelium allows stretching. When the epithelium is found in a particular organ, the organ can expand, the organ can stretch. Example, uterus, urinary bladder. The uterus stretches as the child grows. Urinary bladder stretches when more and more urine enters into the bladder. It is also found in the part of urethra. The stratified epithelium is again classified into three more types. They are squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium and columnar epithelium. So they are stratified squamous epithelium, that is multi-layered squamous epithelium; stratified cuboidal epithelium, that is multi-layered cuboidal epithelium; and multi-layered columnar epithelium. The squamous epithelium is again divided into keratinized. In skin, the dry cells are filled with keratin. They are keratinized squamous epithelium and non-keratinized cells. Keratinized cells are found on the dry part cells of epidermis. Non-keratinized cells are found in the esophagus. Esophagus is food pipe and mouth, conjunctiva of the eyes and vagina. Conjunctiva is the outer surface of the eyeball. Cuboidal epithelium is made up of multi-layered cube-like cells. It is found in the duct of sweat glands and mammary glands. Stratified columnar epithelium is limited in distribution in the body. It is found around the lumen of pharynx, male urethra, and lining of some glandular ducts. Lumen is the central space. The central space of the pharynx is called as lumen of pharynx. In animal tissues, in between cells, intercellular material is there. The cells also have specialized junctions. The junctions provide link between its individual cells. Tight junctions, adhering junctions, gap junctions are the three types of junctions. The tight junctions adhere the cells very closely, so it helps stop substances from leaking across the tissue. In tight junction, cells are tightly attached, so there is no leaking of the substances across the tissue. Adhering junctions involve in connecting the neighboring cells together. Neighboring cells are connected together by adhering junctions. Gap junctions provide communications between cells. Small molecules, ions, even some big molecules are transported through gap junctions.